You are on to the John Mayaki Show this afternoon. We want to sincerely appreciate all of you watching us live. We want to meet our guest today, a grassroots politician, a community leader, a farmer, a politician of repute in Edo State, Honorable Matthew Iduekeme. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
Recently, you turned 55.
No, 56.
56?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. The point is that you look so young, and somebody referred to you as 45. How are you achieving all of this?
Well, I think that is God's doing. Some persons see my dad and they wonder whether my dad is in his 80s or is in his 70s, and the man is in his 80s. So I think that is one of the things I would say I have gotten from my father.
It's in the family.
Yes, it's in the family. Very well.
The people say it's exercise, rigorous exercise on a daily basis, and you take a lot of tea, vitamin. Tell us the secret. Yes, you need to tell us.
Well, I think exercise, bodily exercise, is good, to keep yourself in shape. Yes, I do exercises, but not like rigorous exercises. I've always exercised all my life. I have done different kinds of physical exercise drills. First in martial arts, table and lawn tennis. But now, as one is getting older, now I'm playing golf now. So I play golf as many times as it is possible to play. Sometimes up to 3-4 times a week. In some weeks, if I'm not too busy, I can actually play golf up to 5-6 times. So I do exercise, and I think the exercise is what keep me in shape and give me the right frame of mind, the right mindset. Like when you do things and you compete like we do, you know that you accept the situations no matter the way it is. You see everything like sport. You can give it your best shot and the results may not be what you expect. And there are times you may not even do it up to the way you thought you would think you should do it, and then the results will just come out, in unexpected ways. So
in this part of the world, not many people believe in exercise. So a lot of people don't know the values, how exercise can help you, keep you alive, even keep you out of the hospital.
yes.
I want to appreciate that as a leader in the community, you are teaching a lot of, and I know you have people following you, people you are mentoring. How is it going with mentoring with you?
Well, like I tell most of my followers, I'm not one of those leaders that will say, do what I say, but don't do what I do. I expect my followers to see the things I do and emulate it and follow me like that. Yes, I'm not a perfect human being, but as much as possible, I strive in whatever I dedicate myself to always get the best out of it. So if I am doing anything in life, I want to strive for perfection. Yes, people say perfection is not possible. Yes, but even when you say it's not possible, I also believe that in striving towards it, you will go above average at all times.
You joined politics at an early age. Even when you were in school, you were into politics.
Sure.
What exactly motivated you into politics?
Well, some people will say that God's gift in you, you will find it around the things that occur around you on a daily basis, the things that happen around you on a daily basis. Growing up, I've always never lived alone, right from when I was young. I've always had my friends around me, and kind of, it's not like my own making, but I just see myself that I'm the one that is always at the forefront, that everybody wants to follow, because as much as possible, I'm a very transparent person. They know that I'm transparent. They know that I try as much as possible to make sure that everybody is comfortable around me. I do not believe that I should have everything alone. My life is live and let's live. When I have, I believe every other person should have. I don't think I should have, and I continue to block the other people. So people see those things in you, and they see that you give them the room too to also grow and develop. Like looking around me, John, you know me for a long time. Most of the persons you know around me, they are all still around me. Yes, so if I was like a self-centered or a very selfish person, you won't see them around me. But because Like I tell everybody around me that my life is an open book. It's just there for you to read and for you to see on a daily basis. You can almost predict the things I do on a daily basis. You can almost know all my activities from when I wake up in the morning, say my prayers, get off the bed, go for my exercises if I don't have very early morning activities to take my time. Most of my people around me can almost predict where I am and how they can see me, because that is kind of life I live. And it's just like, I don't see anything so complicated in life that you want to like keep yourself away from people. So my coming into politics is the fact that the lifestyle that I've evolved over time is like community-based. I reach out to people. I want to see the environment where I want to see everybody happy. I want to see that everybody gets at least enough to be self-sufficient. And I can't do that from my personal businesses, obviously. Therefore, being in politics, right from when we were in school, doing students' union, doing departmental associations and all that, was to ensure that we try to create an ideal environment for everyone to live. And that is the basic drive that takes you into politics. The drive to serve, the drive to bring governance right to the people so that they all feel the impact of government. No matter how wealthy one is, you can't take care of everybody in society. But if the society is made good and well, the effects of those things, those facilities, will get to everybody. So that is the whole idea.
Could that be the reason why you defeated a sitting senator? How did you do it? You defeated the sitting senator. You have been in House of Assembly. You left office over a long period of time. Suddenly you defeated the sitting senator. How did you do it?
Well, I will first of all say that God gave me that victory. That's one. God gave me that victory, and I also worked hard. When I pursue things, I don't believe anything is impossible to achieve. That word impossible doesn't exist where I am. So I keep pushing. Yes, the results may not come, but I'll continue to push. But this time around, I was convinced it was my time. So I worked hard, reached out to both the statutory delegates who didn't vote and the ad hoc delegates. The delegates are not spirit. They are people that know us. They are people that see you on a daily basis. So when you are selling yourself to them, yes, it's possible. Some people say, oh, they will spend money. Yes, you can spend money. But the way Nigeria is these days, money plays a role in politics. But obviously, you know that money does not decide everything. No. People will still take your money and still do what they have to do. Because nobody is happy with the state of the country right now. The common man finds it difficult to have a meal a day. Somebody's working, the person earns like 50,000 naira. And maybe the man has a family, and the bag of rice is selling for like 30-something thousand naira. How does the man survive? So when they see the very, very obvious reality staring at them, you make them see like, look, these things can be changed. And the only way it can be changed is to have the right persons in offices. So when you're able to sell yourself to them, and they believe in what you are saying because they see you on a daily basis, they know your lifestyle. So they know, for instance, I live in Benin and I'm here. My brother, Matthew Rogide, he's done well in Senate. He's done 2 terms now. But I just think that our people also want to see a change. In 2023, there's going to be a brand new president. Yeah. So the narratives will change. So you have been in Senate for 2 terms, working with the president of the country as it is today. And they have seen the best of this government. And the best of this government has not appealed to them sufficiently enough to make them want anybody to, along that line, to continue.
What will you want to do differently?
Good. I would take my own kind of legislation to be people-based. How will I put that? People-based feelings. I don't see, for instance, why I'll be a sitting senator from Edo South Senatorial District. And then people are complaining on a daily basis. For instance, the federal roads in Edo South are not motorable. You can't pass through them. And I don't talk about it. And I feel comfortable. And I sit down in Abuja, get my allowances. They come around to Benin once in a while, buy, what do you call them? Buy things to give to people, like you say you are doing empowerment. You give people sewing machine, come and take fridges, come and take, what do you call it, keke napep and all that and all that. I don't think that is the right way to build capacity. I believe that you can build capacity through getting more federal presence in our own senatorial district. And how do we get that? If the federal institutions here are well developed, it will build up the people. I believe that capacity building is more important than infrastructural provision. Because when you build capacity and you build intellect, it is a natural flow that the infrastructures will get improved upon and they will be better maintained. The reasons why you see people today, at any time there are reasons for people to riot. What is the first thing they do? They look at physical infrastructures and start to destroy them. Why do they destroy them? Because those infrastructures don't mean anything to them. Because they are hungry. What if they are not hungry? You can't get them to, because to them, if I bring down this building, what do I stand to lose anyway? It's our money. So they are not feeling the impact. By the grace of God, when we get to Senate, we want to make the government look at those areas that will directly affect the lives of the people, not making bogus policy statements that does not transmit to anything.
But people say they should allow them to continue because when you stay longer there, you have opportunity to do more things. Don't you think? You have been in the House of Assembly for 2 times.
Yes.
And you are not going to be a novice anyway in the National Assembly.
Good.
But people say, let them continue 3, 4, 5 times, 10 times. You don't believe that?
Well, I do not subscribe to that. Do you know why? Some persons are quick to tell you that, oh, look, go to the United States of America. Some persons have been in parliament for 20 years, 30 years. But the institutions are different. The people are different. That is a democracy that has evolved over centuries. And everybody knows exactly where to fit in and knows what to do. I'll give you an instance. If the US Parliament today stand up and tell the United States President not to go ahead with a planned program. Take, for instance, if the US government decides to deploy the military to some places and the US Parliament stands against it, it is not possible for the President of the United States to go against them. But we are here in Nigeria. The National Assembly has presently constituted. Do you see them as a National Assembly that have been able to stand their ground in the face of government policies that were obviously not in agreement with popular opinion? There have been cases when in the National Assembly, names have been sent, for instance, to National Assembly, for clearance. And the National Assembly will turn down such names. But the persons continue to occupy those offices. And there is a sitting National Assembly, and they are not doing anything about it. We want things to be done properly in Nigeria. If we are running a system of government where every arm of government ought to play a role, that arm of government should not only play a role, should be seen to be playing a role by the people who have elected them there. As far as I'm concerned, there is nothing in this last National Assembly that has appealed to me that will make me want them to be reinforced to continue in office. Quality of life of the ordinary citizens in Nigeria has gone down, and they continue to blame everything on past administration. Of course, the past administrations, you knew there was a problem, according to you, with the past administration. So you wanted to come and solve those things that were there. and make a difference. But you came, and every day you are lamenting, every day you are lamenting, you are lamenting. So why do you think you should continue? Like I said, there's going to be a brand new executive in 2023. A brand new executive will need new brains to bring in fresh ideas on how to move this country forward.
Would you want to share with us, for record purpose, some of those projects you achieved when you were in the State House of Assembly, and when you represented Edo State at the NDDC?
The list is endless. Let's take it when I was in the House of Assembly. Yes, in my first term, I was the chairman. I was a majority leader. By virtue of that, I was the chairman of the Rules and Business Committee. It was my responsibility to ensure that the business of the House should be carried out as it ought to be. I ensure that the legislative businesses, myself and the committee members, not only me, we ensure that the House never had any reason. One day you were in this Benin, not to sit because they didn't have proper businesses to do. Then, outside of that, with my colleagues, I know I sponsored a lot of bills. I would beat my chest to say today that the EDSOPA deck, for instance, was a creation of a bill that I sponsored in the House of Assembly. I felt that, yes, there is 30% allocation given to states. There was also the need for some of that money to be given to an organization that will be saddled with the responsibility of developing first the oil producing areas in the state and other parts of the state. But to have a special focus on those areas, because the reasons for the agitation for the 13% derivation was because the areas where these oil and gas were from, the people felt abandoned. So they had to fight. So when we also came, what was the point? States are getting 13% from the federal government and the monies are not properly channeled. So we needed to have a body that should manage some of that money. We didn't say give the whole 30% to a SOPADEC, but we said take a fraction of it and give to this body. And you can see the effect of it today. Going around in those states, when I see a SOPADEC project, I feel proud of it because I'm the person who sponsored that bill. I was the lead sponsor of that bill in the Edo State House of Assembly. The records are there. When I was in NDDC, come on, the road to this place you pass through, now this Ubo road that you pass through to this place, it was done while I was commissioner in NDDC. That road from Obazogbe in Orion, linking it to Abudu, I started it. Because it didn't make sense to me that if somebody has to leave Ugo to go to Abudu in one local government, he has to therefore come down this way, get to the bypass, navigate again, and then face the other side before going to Abudu. But he has to go down through Abraka and then go through all those Kuala area again, go and follow Agbo to get to Abudu. But when I got to NDDC, I saw that there was the need for us to just take one road from this point and take it straight to Abudu. We started it. And if you go to that place today, it makes movement within that local government easy. We awarded so many roads. We did so many solar boreholes. Some are still functional as of today. We did so many solar street lights. I would beat my chest and I would stand tall to say that there was no local government area in Edo State that didn't have the impact of the Niger Delta Development Commission when I was there as the Edo State representative.
At the State House of Assembly?
Even the Udo Funama Road, yes. The first time it was awarded by the NDDC, that was also my idea.
When you were in the State House of Assembly, you were the majority leader. And that time we hear major. What exactly? Today we don't know what is major anymore. But if you come to Edo State, you get to Ring Road, you say major. Everybody knows you. How did you popularize that?
Well, I'll also say again, the office doesn't make the man. The man makes the office. I was majority leader. And being the leader of the house, I was more like the person. With my usual lifestyle, I was interacting more with people. Yes, some persons have looked at me at times when they hear people call me major, like, oh, were you in the army before? Of course, I was not in the army. I would tell them, no, they call me major because it was an abbreviation for major, yes. So we just talk, but like I would say, it is the way you present yourself to the people when you are in the office. I'm sure by the grace of God, when I go to Senate in 2023, you don't be surprised that the only person who will be calling distinguished from this senatorial district will also be me. The reason is because the people are at home with me. I'm not going to be in an office and then distance myself from them. You will see me the places where you see me. I will relate with the same people that I relate with. That is why when in or out of office, people that know me know that there is no difference in my lifestyle. I remain the same person. My name is Matthew, so I remain Matthew. That's why
Do you see politics as expensive? People say you are so generous, you can buy a land for somebody, you buy a car for somebody, you do burial, you do a lot of big, heavy philanthropy. Is politics not expensive? Do you regret politics?
I don't ever regret anything that I do in life. I've never really, I see it as a calling. It's not because I'm a politician. That is why if you find out from people who have known me from my very young age, they'll tell you that has been the kind of person that I am. Because like I said earlier on, I always believe that life is live and let's live. Even if I acquire all the wealth in this world and I keep them locked in this house, if I die tomorrow, no one of them is going to go. It will remain here. If I say, let me acquire so much wealth now and leave them for 4, 5, 6 generations of my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, if I fall down and die, do I know what actions my children will take as it regards to those things? So if I'm around, what is available? Why don't I try as much as possible to spread it, to try to make the life of the next person a little bit more comfortable for that person? Then I'm here, I'm very rich, with a lot of opulence. When I step out of my gate, I'm confronted with a whole lot of poverty and all those things. I don't think that is the way the human life should be. So I've always believed that in whatever we do, let's try to give the best that we can give, so that when you are no more here, when people talk about you, you are saying a lot of things that you heard people say about me. I'm not there when those things are being said. So your actions will be judged by people, whether you are there or when you are not there. But it's always better that when you are not there, let those things they speak about you be things that have positive value and not negative.
You have opponents in other political parties.
Of course.
Do we see a major defeating? You have defeated the citizens. Can you defeat your opponent in the other?
If I cannot defeat the other people, or whoever is the opponent in the other party, then why am I in the race? I don't even see opponents anyway. What I see is that yes, we are going to defeat, and when we are in defeat, the people will assess us, they will evaluate us. We will sell ourselves to them. We will tell them why we want to be voted for. So let the people decide. But trust me, the Edo South people, the Benin people that I know, they know me, and they know that politically I'm one of their champions. And going to the next stage politically, I know that they already want me to go. Because since the primaries, if I tell you the way people are coming to, like, what is the next stage? What is the next stage? Everybody's getting involved. What role am I playing? I know that it is something that is divinely ordained. And when God has made up his mind to do something, people will only fall in place. So it doesn't matter how much I will preach. You say just now politics is expensive. But I don't think you will win an election because you spent the most money. You will win an election because the people see you as a person that they can trust with their mandate.
What are the issues you want to campaign with for the Senate?
Well, like I said before, coming from 2015 to today, you, John, will you tell me that in Nigeria of 2022 is better than the Nigeria of 2015? The answer is no. In 2015, I'm the father of this house. I run the bills in this house. I know how much, for instance, a bag of rice used to cost. I know it was less than 10,000 naira. In 2022, I know a bag of rice is over 25,000 naira. I know how much was the price of petrol in 2015. I know when people say occupy Nigeria because the price of petrol tried to move more. But now that price has so moved and moved and moved and moved. Is that the kind of things you want to continue? Today, you wake up every day in Nigeria. You are not even sure of what is going to happen the next day. Diesel, for instance, is about 800 naira per liter. In 2015, how much was diesel? You must get back to the point of bringing government to come back to her responsibilities. And the only way you can do that is through proper legislation and oversight. And that is the duty of the members of the National Assembly. We can no longer continue in a situation where we keep hoping that things will get better. We must do something about it.
Give us a sense of what you understand by Muslim ticket. Will it sell in this present Nigeria?
I think that is the biggest insult to us as a nation. That is being insensitive to the other people that exist in this country. This country, whether we like it or not, is like Muslim-dominated North and a Christian-dominated South. And it must reflect in everything that we do. Yes, I'm not a religious fanatic, but I also believe that everybody should be carried along. I would support, for instance, a Christian ticket. And I will also support a Muslim ticket.
It's a competence is what we need. Capacity to...
Yes. Are you going to tell me that you cannot get a Christian who has capacity? No, show me that Muslim who has capacity, then I'll show you very many Christians too who has capacity too. And I know that in this country, there are Christians who can actually govern this country. President Goodluck Jonathan was a Christian. From the things he did in the few years that he was there, he did not show to you that he had capacity. I think that this country, because we are like a plural society, we must make everybody have that sense of belonging. But do you know I'm not bothered about it? My party is not flying in most.
Your party is bringing an Okowa that people say it's not popular.
How do you say? No, listen. How do you say a man is not popular? A man who was, first and foremost, let's look at who this man is. This man is a medical doctor. I'm sure when you were younger and you were writing JAM, your brain must be up there to be able to pass JAM to read medicine. Therefore, the man was a medical doctor, which means that intellectually the man has capacity. This man entered politics. This man has been a secretary to local government. He's been a local government chairman. This man has been commissioner in 3 different ministries in Delta State. This same man has been secretary to the state government in Delta State. This same man had gone to Senate to represent Delta North Senatorial District in Abuja to have a national feel. This same man has been in government as the governor of Delta State and doing well in Delta State for the past 7 years. Because the man doesn't make noise and shout like some people shout. I see in Okowa a very silent achiever. I see in Okowa a vice president who will subordinate himself to the president and work with him at the same time, adding value to that system.
You see Okowa bringing the votes to the table, the South, the Southeast.
Of course.
And Okowa actually represents the Southeast.
Well, Okowa will represent the whole South. We don't need somebody that is, you see, that is, you and I were talking about capacity just now. We no longer need somebody that is an ethnic champion. You need a proper Nigerian who is a Nigerian. Like I tell people, oh, Atiku is from the north. Why is the presidency why do you choose to put the presidency in the north? We are looking at capacity. And the way the country Nigeria is now, what does the country lack? The country lacks leadership. And of all these persons that we are seeing struggling to be president, of this country, who do you see that possesses the qualities of a leader? I think who is the only person who can bring this country back together. Yes, he's a Muslim, but as far as I'm concerned, he's not a fanatical Muslim.
Atiku is the only person among all these contestants that has a national spread across the whole country. So, Nigeria right now, as far as I'm concerned, should be governed more by merit and capacity, not by virtue of where you are from. It is that where you are from that has put us where we are. If a Barack Obama from Kenya, that they can say that is his grandmother in Kenya, can become the president of America, because that was what Americans needed as an attempt to reset America. And he did well. You will see the result of he's having done well. If Donald Trump came, the Obama campaign structure brought back their vice president to defeat an incumbent president in the United States. So it didn't matter where he was from, but because the man had capacity. Right now, among these presidents that are wrong, you also evaluate all of them. Who has the capacity to bring Nigeria as well? You know this country right now is at the lowest ebb possible, economically, security-wise, in all areas. You need somebody that can bring the country back to focus. That's why PDP is saying, we want to rescue Nigeria. And to rescue Nigeria, you need a man that has seen it all in this country. Atiku was a vice president in this country. Atiku has done well for himself by way of industry, and then he's having a perfect administrator as a running mate. What can be that?
Wonderful. Thank you so very much. I wanted to continue this discussion, but this is the much we can take. We want to appreciate all of you watching the John Mayaki Show live. We want to appreciate Honorable, and we want to make sure that next time we come again and have you on the John Mayaki Show. We appreciate every one of you. Bye.